A purple guy explodes screaming. The red guy saw the scene and screamed angrily. Who dares to cause trouble in front of the homeland? A stick appears. CA's arm is clinging to that stick. Trying to punish the cool CA, say, please get out of the way. I's trying to turn CA into evil. If you repeat the words, you are welcome. Just die. A series of paintings with spiderwebs and people in black robes, lying on the ground. And then 4 of them came out. By the power of a vase. CA school found that scene cannot help admiring. These are the primeval spirits of the Holy Spirit, accumulated over many later lives. The vase kept emitting blue smoke. The school CAC that cannot help but bother. I said I appreciate them too much. CA school on the way said, the spirit is about to come. By then, all 6 will be in shock. Before that, we must have a higher soul. Speaking of this, the CA school thought, but only a little bit of this. It still has to rely on the wind. Thought so the CA school happily laughed. Somewhere else, Chai Lin and IPAP fight inexorably. You're a real wild animal when you scream. A voice to speak. Chai Lin, small body. Leave the killing to me. That's a little hard to believe. It's like running straight toward the animals. Lin Chai dare not believe screaming. This guy is crazy. You have to show it in moderation. Aphrodite has no fear. Just open your eyes and see clearly. This time the angry animal roared loudly. And then the animal fell to the ground. In the amazement of the aphids. The moon did not appear cool. Kong Yang is afraid of sweating peerless words. First, the Moon Emperor. Aesthetic Lin Chain is. However, this 6-piece spiritual beast has not been opened. But want a killing blow. I'm afraid that at least there's power. Feng King seen. But his sharp eyes thought about the moon. The moon didn't turn out to be a big red one. She thought of the memory of the first life of the 6th generation. Most of the graves of living people. They were destroyed very quickly. Now think again. It's definitely that unscrupulous old school CA. I have seen the remains of the gods. In his body he carried the magic. This piece of heaven and earth is created by nature. If there is another name. When he left his VI. Why not get high? Just hope before he does. Don't put too much emphasis on people. Think about here. Yumin's face became serious. At this time, Chai Lin and the people of the Honorable Clan put your hands together. Chu Tuk Clan, I thank Min for the help of the. Zoe doesn't see them that way. Just looking cold and coincidentally. And the spirit chain, she probably wouldn't leave anything behind. Hiding in your group? Laughing softly, he said, no. My people will not make such a mistake. Moon Ming didn't hear that. Turn your back and order us to leave. I'm worried about asking you why. Silently thinking in silence. I saw a pink streak. He couldn't help but be surprised to speak out. It's the eyelash breath. I said, fly away. He didn't say a word, so he could only speak. This blue-haired guy. Yu Ming's subordinates did not open their mouths. This guy beats himself up and always goes with them. I can't say hello now and I'm gone. Kong Yang also agreed to say, shady, shady, shady French devil. Could he be the heir to the hidden magic? Chai Lin heard these 2 noisy people shout angrily, shut up. You mind thinking, because of a little mess. Based only on the aura of the Aphrodite, IP Lun is far behind your CA school. The eyelash on the other side is still fighting an evil man. The guy rushed towards you. The wicked man threatened Don Me loudly. If you don't hand over the spiritual herbs, so let's have 6. At this time, the lily appears from a distance. It landed near Don Mai. The white man stood in front of me and said, "I can't believe you're dealing with a woman like that." This guy really has nothing to say. This word made my eyes wide open. Then the eyelashes smirked softly. The guy who just fought Don Mi laughed like crazy. Turns out, there's an assistant. If so, a little psychic. I will give you nothing. Gratefully speaking. Thank you for helping the little girl. I didn't wait for you to finish the sentence, Chen said. My eyelashes are gone. And then IP came back laughing. It reveals that I am a traitor. When you see that, you are surprised. Why did you show up here? It's not you. Just relax and rest assured. My hiding trick come in. No one will find us. I can't help but worry about warning you. Do you know that many priests are looking for you now? No, you dare to reveal yourself in front of me. I'm not afraid to tell you the secret. EP gently comforted her. They care about me, so I'm happy. But compared to the life of the pipe, other things don't matter. Sincere face, he said to Don Mi. I should have known I was wrong this time in the ancient fairies. Because of finding something I want to clean up. She stammered. I know you are sad. I know how to be human. It certainly won't hurt us. When I heard this word, I was moved. I really think you understand what people mean. He thought he was serious about talking. I want to remind you to be careful. I suspect he is the one behind my injury. When you hear this word, you panic. Why is he the late brother? The lily doesn't explain it too clearly. Just tell you. Then you will see clearly. Follow me. In front of my eyes, we should still meet with the Zhu Duke. Although SAO, adding a Zhu is much more convenient during the action. Don Mai in the heart of the thought of the lily and the lily. Every step you take, it's all in the owner's calculations. You are not only responsible for the owner, but also find the owner. It's hard for you. You can't help but laugh at the thought of this. Somewhere else, a great lightning appeared in the sky. The child in heaven hugged me in pain for killing me. I can't believe there are so many people involved. Even the housekeeping method is used. It's hard for you. Someone who heard that. Get angry and shout less nonsense and kill people. To pay for life. Try the same evil guy. Directly hit each other's leaves. The 7 princesses hold the tree. Dashing straight towards the fairy knee. Scream to death, damn it. The first knee was defeated by the subordinates of the 7 princesses. First of all, he showed a horrified face. Beneath a red-faced name. Order to cut your bones. The first child, suddenly, did not have time to fight back. She thought silently, I hate so many people in this fight. They don't have the advantage. Look at the 10 princesses. The first hate. She obviously wants to use SA to consume my energy. She was angry thinking all at the old school CA. If you don't want him to be mentally unstable. It wasn't easy to kill that guy. Stabbed for a blow so deep. The first one is not thinking right now. If we die and we're less bothered. I'm afraid this is what he's hoping for. Think about it. You're angry. I think I absolutely want to notice him. Now, please speak up and get out of my way. I said, she shouted angrily. The fairy then rushed straight up. Fight with the Kier. The Kier people you beat up couldn't turn back. The princess laughed and said, to take a enemy without losing prestige. It looks tough. He looked coldly at the 2 of them. 7 princess excitedly laughed and said, the strongest crossbow, and continue to attack her. You persevere for a few more hours. In the sky, two people are talking to each other. Xa Luan War in succession. That's pretty good. Master, the card we keep. You have to think of a way to get a hit. The little fairy below sarcastically asked them this. The lady over there and the fat pig. You guys go up. Blue name. The 7 princesses' subordinates heard that, and it was ridiculous. Talk to me. It's not just devilish tricks. And the tongue is pretty good. Then giggled and said, my favorite is the moon. I said, the blue guy rushed straight to the fairy. The elves also quickly fought back. The blue name loudly intimidates her. Let me break your bones. Glasses for 7 princesses. The blue one then continues to attack. Make the fairies frown to support. The two fought fiercely. The other subordinates of the 7 princesses shouted. Kill him together. I am not afraid but happy to think. I'm just waiting for now. The princess can feel it too. Quickly shout out loud, order the unstable subordinates to retreat. But right now, he flew in front of 3 people. It made them suddenly stand, stunned in place. She with evil eyes looked at the other 3. Taste the swords of the 4 masters. A light from the fairies. The 3 princes of the 7 princesses were killed. Strong light comes through the barrier. I saw the scene happily laughing. The border is broken like this, there's a chance. The princesses can stand it now. Angry shout out, cute animal hentai. Dare to kill the king of my bow. Spears of 7 powerful African princess ra the fairy knee. 7 angry princesses say young age. 7 princesses touching the weapons of the elf. Say the mind is treacherous. 7 wicked princesses say cruel tricks. Then straight hands flung the baby down. Fairy knee winced in pain and spoke loudly. It can't be kept. She screamed in pain. Hope then fell straight to the ground. 7 princesses raise up weapons. She then said, I'm very angry. The weapons of the 7 princesses fell straight down to the fairy. She looked at the 7 princesses in front of her. The peak of the hated landscape. If there is not enough energy, it should take time. I think so, she sniffed. Your voice is not a good thing. It's just rape. The princess just found it ridiculous. I say, rape you. That's right, my brother is higher than you, I want to rape him. Speaking of which, she dropped her weapon to the ground coldly. You must have heard of the man who is guilty of the Sea King. No one has a good ending. The genie asked her casually. Hai Vuong Palace, do you know who I am, or do you dare to kill me? The princess just coldly replied, I know, you are a disciple of the Lord of Heaven. But then Sao in this ancient fairy 6. I want to kill you. He can't save you either. Now I'm too busy pretending to be strong. But CA, I'm the CA school. He's in the ancient name, 6. If you dare to touch me, he will cut your bones to ashes. Finish saying this, the fairies regret, and the fairies. I can't believe I was so stupid at the time. In danger of borrowing the name of the school CA. Ancient fairy, 6 so big, maybe he's also fighting for luck right now. I have no power to pay attention to you. The princess right just found ridiculous. Say school CA. I can't believe you said, don't think we don't know. You and he have a deep hatred. He will care whether you live or die. The child was scared, but still laughed. You are just an outsider. Why dare to be extravagant? Talk about our relationship with CA. CA said it. Only he was raped. I have a small village like you. He said, I raise my hand in front of him. Even the ant is not satisfied. You blame yourself for thinking what we're talking about. The 7 princesses heard that and laughed softly. She said she ran quickly towards the fairy. Lucky to avoid a sword of 7 princes. The new aesthetic was in a hurry. How much the spirit has not recovered. I had to use the trump card. The fairy rolled around. The 7 princesses who said nothing gently raised their feet. She then shot straight at the fairy. Make the fairy cry out in pain. The girl who was kicked away, she hardly raised her face. I didn't have time to breathe. I had a leg of 7 princesses, straight on. The evil laughing princess asked the fairy. CA school is SA. You thought I was afraid of him. I will kill you first. Another day, we'll try to meet the so-called fairies. I saw the girl face to face with fear. I don't think gay. 7 evil princesses look at Fairy Ni, said. We have to see what he can do to us. CA school gently appears behind 7 princesses. CA school coolly asked 7 princesses, what can I do for you? The 7 princesses just realized something unusual. Roll your eyes out the back. CA school gently shake hands, made her roll around and fall to the ground. The genie did not dare to believe it either. I thought the school really came. Coincidence. Maybe he's paying attention to me. Watching the CA school laughing at itself. I wonder what I just said. Didn't he hear it? Look at the 7 princesses sitting still. 2 worried subordinates say 7 princesses. French feet are broken. The princess hugging face chastity, CA. I admit you are strong. Don't think you can insult me at will. She angrily touched her face and said, if it was because of death, I would not have lost you. CA school gently helped Ni ask for pity. Why? The child gently responded. CA school heard that, winced and asked her what she meant. But right now, I remember something. She then screamed out, badly injured. The bones are broken a lot. 6 of the 5 organs have also been removed. Now we are exhausted. There is no movement. If someone doesn't come, maybe we've made it here by now. The fairy said, sobbing. To come alone. You didn't even clean the body. CA school heard that joke. I can't believe I was so badly injured. See, the people of the sea are bullying you. That's too much. The princess heard this. Angry, screaming, and talking nonsense. It's clear that she keeps dropping off my Neptune bow. And here it is. CA silent transformation. The princess also angrily said. Please don't be afraid to push people. You coldly answered right because SAO. Because my VI is higher than you. Said then, CA's eyes changed coldly said. Tell me how you want to flash. 7 angry princesses run up. She gritted her teeth and said, don't go to school too hard. If you want to piss your back. The school said coldly. The Sea King, you hurt my sister. Now I blame you for backing it. This is what the disgraced princesses say to you. I hope to see the old school to protect myself. That's when the 7 princesses came after me. Attitude is as unruly as the old school CA. It's funny how the character has changed. He's standing here right now. Why does it suddenly bring a sense of peace of mind? You tell yourself, I was just about to get revenge on him. And then run away. The school now knows. My child's mood has changed. 7 princesses loudly asked the school CA, if you want to keep the book. What should I do about that first fall? The blue subordinate next to Theo said, I have killed many soldiers of my Sea King. How does this work? The fairy from a distance could not help but ridicule. This fat guy. You didn't say you wanted to break my bones. Wine glasses for your master, SAO. Why did you just talk to me about morality? Then the blue subordinate yelled at you. CA School tries to softly say, oh. The blue names of the 7 princesses are afraid of sweating. CA School slowly walked back to the place. The fat blue guy asked him what he was up to. He coldly asked the blue name or. The princesses like to feel the aesthetic tone this is. She uses 2 hands in front of her. A series of white smoke towards the 7 princesses. Then she raised her face, and her face was a little unbelievable. Fingering CA straight at her face. Tried to punish the steel CA order. You all go down with them. 7 scared princess say. I can't believe I used the power of the law. The blue guy heard this and he stuttered. Monster, name blue cross section, no longer drops of blood. Panic for help 7. The 7 princesses save me. At the end of the school, he grinned coldly at him. This cold look scared the blue guy to death. The 7 princesses shouted out to the blue name to be careful. The school didn't say a word. Standing directly in front of the blue fat guy. He pressed the fat blue head down. It's because of this head press. Made the ground shake slightly. The 7 princesses who seen this scene are silent. The fat blue guy was bossy. Turned to stone by the late CA. The princess saw that. I was in shock, unable to believe my eyes. The teacher looked at her coldly and said, It is your turn, the princess is afraid. Van apply for school CA. You use the law of force. It must have spent a lot now. I'm sure you know the power of the Sea King. We're not talking. Talk about here. Your wicked face tells the 7 princesses what to say. Let's go down and talk. Now a giant red beast appears cool. Tell the 7 princesses not to be afraid. I came to save people. I thought I came at the right time. The current state of the CA. It's definitely not the top. The red beast thinks we're dealing with him. If you can help the 7 princesses, rest assured. Can also be valued by the owner of the Neptune Palace. That's what the red beast said. The school is prepared to. Trying to chastise CA, casually raise your hand. Don't wait for the red giant to finish. You shut it up. The red animal was thrown just in time to scream. The 7 princesses are no longer in control. He got angry and said something strange. The CA school found that it didn't care. Just laughing and asking if it's a simulation of the bed chain. The princess replied, Even if it's a simulation, it is also the law of the sea. I hold you back. CA school without fear just laughed for an hour. I can't shut my mouth laughing. Said and tried. The CA school jumped slightly. I flew up into the sky and said. A series of swords flying out. It didn't stop there, he said, adding, I like Chen tears. The princesses see this scene and are always on the spot. Terrified to say this. There are many great paths in every sword. Kai power rules. Maybe Elf is also sweating. I wonder if this is the real power of the school. The peaceful mountain scenery appeared. But it didn't take long. Soon the mountain's peak broke into pieces. The pieces are countless. Fragments from the top of that mountain hovered. 7 princesses hit by these little pieces. Down on the ground, crying out. The boy opened his mouth and did not dare to believe the old school CAU. What did you throw her for? CA school tries to coldly say good and bad, everything is chemistry. I have a great chance of survival though. But maybe this contains blood gas. It can also strengthen the muscles. Don't you want to have? The fairy is down right now. Ask the school. Why did you show up here? The school clicked its tongue coincidentally. However, this little lie did not fool the fairy. She laughed and asked the old school CA. I thought I would thank you for this. Even without you, I'm safe. No matter what I hear, this is just ridiculous. Talk about the CACA. No matter what, I want to be beaten. Then the CA school told the children to go. Otherwise, I'm afraid I won't be able to. I want to throw you in a hole that's been sealed for 500 years. The old man shouted loudly to tell you to be less pleased. One day I will crush you under my feet. Let you understand that smell. CA school heard that just softly replied, if you want revenge, then prove it to me. Like the words before, I'm afraid of making insects fly behind me. Not qualified either. The Lord heard this and thought before him. I remember when I was a child crying. Call CA trying to get them to bully me. CA school full of hate, pushed her raw, said get out. Don't bother me to practice. You cry louder than you say. But they made fun of me. Trying to chastise CA face full of hate, talking tasteless. You thought I would care about this? In the bamboo forest, the screams are heard. I tried to kick a fat guy and asked who gave you that liver. The fat man was afraid to say no more. We won't dare any more. The end of the school warned him. Who would dare to bully the fairies? I'm going to put him in the kiln. I heard CA say that and laughed happily. Back to the fairy in the present. You are silent and say nothing. She looked at the school in front of her and said, I'm not a child anymore. The school heard this. Go back to the old school. Fairy child tense stand up straight talk. No matter what we do, there is also a purpose to worry. It's okay to be nervous. Don't hide this from me for the rest of your life. Because we're finally getting the facts. The steel said. Then the main road wins you. School teacher, CA smirked. Tell the old man, you have to try. The 7 princes lying on the ground could not speak. I just walked away thinking, the first child. My tongue says it wants to beat me. But fear comes from within. Intuition has changed. CA school secretly thought so alone. A little favor. It's enough to make his mind spin. If it falls into the hands of others, afraid they will make people not believe, but also vaguely understood. Think about it. I tell myself, people like me don't protect it. I don't know. This head, how many more dangers will we face? I'm a good brother. I thought to myself, over a period of time, the VI income is also favorable. God in front of you. Not using magic. It can also be easily suppressed. These are the so-called Kier weeks. I don't know how to find the treasure. Yi Liu Lai asked Taboo Youth. Now his power is working. It's called the taboo of youth. It's a little hard to understand how to ban youth. The late brother's growth rate was terrifying. Among such young people. Except for students, love harsh Hai Chen Feng Ra is afraid that no AI is his opponent. The old man talking here suddenly stopped. He was puzzled to ask him a question. Why do you seem to be happy? Smiling confusedly, he said no. In other places, Min did not fight fiercely with dragon legs. Evil-faced feet say, let us see how long you can hide. At this time, the waves are strong. Min is not quick to fly up to avoid long legs. She thought unexpectedly, you can also meet difficult characters like this here. From the memory of my past life, she must be the one who calls herself the dragon. Master Kier's subordinates. At this point, the foot suddenly appeared behind her. I told you to look somewhere. Min did not quickly discover her. The two of them fought in the sky. The battle of the two of them. It's making waves that threaten all the animals in the forest. The water poured into the forest. The people who saw this, not surprisingly, We talk to each other. I can't believe it's Min. The owner's fiancé also has this power. The young woman is fighting with her. Is the ancient fairies. I can't believe there's a power of evil. When one of them heard that, he asked the elf. It didn't go away anytime soon. Ancient Fairy 6 has even bigger. It's just a piece of 6 that's been killed. Maybe there are still elves here? Other people object to saying, what is the fairy heritage? It's just people. Or our slaves. The man in white said. Ancient fairies before the mystical. The breathing pattern on this 6-piece is clear. Much more abundant. The power of young people. It is not certain to overcome the outer disciples. But in front of me, this woman is the best example. The orange-haired boy next door innocently voiced, so. Then our next action. You have to be more careful. Curly orange-haired girl sounds so just clicks her tongue in disdain. In other places, he looked at Min without laughing. Your strength in DTO. If you and I are in the same room. Maybe I'm not your opponent. She was pleased to say, give you a chance. Master of the blood of the precious. Long legs. I think he would love a woman like you. I didn't listen to this, and I was angry that he was. You know your past life. Dragon blast the obstacles of ancient fairy 6. Sweep away the pride, but in the end, it's like evaporation. Suddenly, there's no sound. A lot of people picked him up. Maybe he's guilty of some great power. Or maybe it's the wrong place for geologists to die. You don't think. Watch out now. It's probably a good thing my fiancé did. I don't think Gao Ming is quite suspicious, even if you are a devil like him. Why do you forgive the original long leg of Long? If you think about it, you tell yourself that. Just give them a little bit of the old school. Maybe he won't notice. In front of this character. It's not worth any tricks. Long legs look at Min without thinking. Not without ridicule. That face of yours. Watch out. I've heard of Master Long's reputation. But you are assured, if you have a little movement, with your beauty and grace, the Lord will have fun with you, Lord. You're not afraid to laugh. You should pray for these words. Don't be heard by my fiancé. My head is full of question marks. She grinned and said, even if you can't do anything to me. Instead of here spitting. Even in the early days, remind your master for a moment. Don't let my late school fiancé beat out the trash. Long legs heard here, cannot believe surprised to say. She turned her back and laughed and said, good job, old school fiancé. Prepare to clean up the body. You are the woman that the Lord wants. No one has escaped. Looking at the flying dragon's feet, Min not only laughed silently, the owner is the victim of the CA school. I hope you can laugh when you see him. Suddenly, she stopped wondering. She was saved by the school. This guy is kind. There's no use doing that. You don't think. Maybe this life, his motives with the elf have changed. Or he's quietly calculating something. When you think about it, you tell yourself to leave. Why in the past life and this life, the school is different. The difference is so big. Sooner or later, we will make it clear. His attitude to the fairies. We've got to find opportunities to get the news out of Impulse. Just been somewhere else. Aphids with giant animals. Still fighting each other. Yell out, reincarnation of rights. This one trick directly injured the giant snake. Kong Yang saw that and was excited. Nintu Vi is close to the landscape. In such a short time, Min's blue-haired subordinate did not follow through. That's right. Face the evil beast. I can't believe I can kill this power alone. I'm afraid I've overcome a lot of young people. Min's blue-haired subordinate said in disbelief. I didn't expect to laugh before. You really have no eyes. If you hear this word, just say it. Little things, Kong Yang respectfully said. Your inhuman strength is generous. The tiger is our mirror. The old man is now calling out to the devil. Kid, before you get the relics left by the gods, don't be too careless. I thought to myself that I was saying this to you. That the reincarnation god left us SAO. Back in the area of the original with the current power. Not going to die. The old man is now shouting to the lily or the SAO. It's not where people fight for it. The good and the bad are all powerful. For a long time in ancient times, what I want for you, of course, it's all calculated. He reminded me of the devil. Good or bad is the result of good. Not even this little liver. Then go home and grow potatoes. The AI says we don't have it. At this point, IP said to himself, but how dangerous it is in the monument is unknown. I need to take them with me. Chai Lin saw him dazed draw, worried about asking you why. This road has always led us here. I'm not moving anymore. He just said softly. The relic in front of us is where we want to go. There's a lot of good in there if you believe me. I can take you inside. I want you to say now that I believe in you. I can't believe you heard this word. See that? The guy with the nasty face said I'm coming too. You. I'm so excited to laugh, there are two of you. He paused and said, well, I mean, the relic has a lot of luck. You guys, I am sure there will be a chance. Somewhere else, the CA school is sitting quietly. A pink smoke comes to you. I sat silently feeling the pink smoke. CA school tries to feel something open. I say. The power of the wind is finally here. The view into gloom appeared. Kong Yang, full of insecurity, said, this place doesn't look very safe. Yu Ming's blue-haired subordinate did not say, just go inside. Then we'll be not far from where we need to be. And when I saw them worried, I was reassured. Don't worry, I can let you hide your breath. And then he ordered them to leave. There's no time to procrastinate. Kong Yang is calling out loud now. Princess Lin chains. Chain full of question marks. Kong Yang quickly warned. It's too dangerous like this. He said that radiation is not weak. But the power of the people in this relic. Not known completely. You may have a character that you can't resist. Chai Lin heard that unpleasantly. You can stay here for the time being. If anything happens, just run outside. Kong Yang said seriously, I feel sure. There's something hiding from us. He took us all the way here. The purpose is very clear. Afraid of this moment. The devil asked them out loud. What are you missing? Come on, follow me. Lin Chai saw that. He quickly waved his hands and said, don't worry, we believe in action. Surely he's not what you think he is. Kong Yang was rejected with good intentions and gritted his teeth angrily. I hate to see what you have. Nuyet Min's blue-haired subordinates sewed him. I said, let's go. The devil and the devil asked. The original devil. The original inhabitants of the guardians of the Gnostic Sun Kier. Probably in here too. He told me he must be here. But it is different now if you can follow me. If there are two hearts, then this trip is afraid of not being too favorable. Suspicious actions of Lang IP. Make eyelashes aesthetic attention. These are the evil eunuchs who think if they betray. Don't blame the family for not respecting you. In the city of a voice. The god of rebirth has appeared. Fat Pink name voicing.